So on to item 6, which is public participation. And I believe I have a question from Mr. Andrew Garner. Mr. Andrew Garner, are you with us? Sir, are you with us?
Hello, Council.
Please pose your question. Thank you.
I have two questions. Would you like me to ask them both at the same time or one at a time?
If you pose your first question first, and then we'll respond to that. Thank you.
Thank you. So my name is Andrew Garner. I'm a local resident concerned about the climate and ecological crisis. We know plant-based diets are the most environmentally friendly, and the most recent study published in Nature Food showed that vegan diets result in 75% less greenhouse gas emissions, water pollution, and land use than diets containing more than 100 grams of meat a day. Plant-based diets were also shown to cut destruction of wildlife by 66% and water use by 54%, increasing access to healthy plant-based whole foods through public events and school meals, along with public education, can help to normalise and promote a shift towards healthy, sustainable diets as a part of our climate action plan. Many councils, such as Edinburgh, are leading the way by creating a city-wide food strategy to lower their consumption-based greenhouse gas emissions. Please could Whitehaven District Council follow the lead of 21 towns and cities worldwide, including Norwich and Edinburgh, by endorsing the Plant-Based Treaty Initiative, which calls for a global treaty as a companion to the Paris Agreement to address food emissions along with local implementation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I believe Councillor Beverley Hardman is going to reply, and there will be a full written response which you can read later. Councillor Hardman.
Thank you. Thanks for the question. I mean, I know that it's a big concern. But my concern is I don't think we're going to sign up to the treaty because I think diets are NHS and nutritionists, and we're not in the council really understanding about nutrition and diets and what we can eat. That should be doctors and nurses, and not councils. I think it's important you eat healthily and you've got to have a healthy diet. And yes, and you can eat less meat and dairy, and I think that's a good thing to do, but I don't think it's a council thing role. We can tell people what to do. We need to be, and people need to be careful what they eat. We can't just go on to a plant-based diet. I've got friends who are vegan. It takes them a long time to become vegans. So I don't think it's something that we as a council should be saying, you go ahead and do. People make their own choices. And like I say, NHS dietitians should be, I think, leading this, not the council.
Councillor Hardman, thank you. Mr. Gardner, are you content with that response from that one question?
So I can respond to that, you see?
Of course, yeah.
I think it is important for every council to set a good example. You know, we always recommend people to eat their 5 a day, for example, so that's telling people what to do as well. So when we know the ecological damage caused by animal agriculture, we have no choice in the matter but to recommend people to eat more plant-based foods. And we're not asking everyone to go vegan, we're just asking everyone to increase the plant-based options in council events and just promote it as much as possible, really. Thank you.
Sir, thank you. If you'd like to now put your second question.
Yeah. Councils have invested £238 million into pension funds for factory farming linked to human rights abuses, the climate emergency, deforestation, biodiversity loss, and large-scale animal exploitation. According to the 2022 Feedback Global Analysis through the Worcestershire Pension Fund, Whitehaven District Council invested £5.4 million into industrial animal farm operations and £0.3 million into soya animal feed companies, including Cargill, JBS, making Whitehaven the 10th largest council investor in intensive animal agriculture in the UK. 90% of Amazon deforestation is linked to the expansion of animal agriculture, where pristine rainforests are torn down to graze cattle and grow animal feed. As this leads to products on supermarket shelves in the UK, we must take responsibility in finding solutions. Please could this council explore all avenues available to look at diversifying from farming and instead support plant-based projects and soft energy solutions. Thank you.
And I believe Councillor Aaron Powell to supply.
Thank you, Chairman. Firstly, thank you, Mr. Garner, for the question. I'd like to clarify, first of all, as mentioned, that Worcestershire County Council manages the pension fund investments on behalf of Whitehaven, and we do not directly invest the funds ourselves. Following a request for further clarification, we have asked for further detail from the County Council in terms of the specific investments that are mentioned in the report, in the question and that report. I would, however, confirm that the value of 5.7 million relates to the whole of the Worcestershire Pension Fund and is not solely attributable to Wychavon. The total pension fund across Worcestershire is around £3 billion, and therefore the value quoted is about 0.1% of the total fund. I would, however, like to reassure members and residents that Worcestershire Pension Fund has a very robust approach to responsible investment, which is detailed in their strategy, which we can send out to all members. In addition, they were notified by the Financial Reporting Council in 2021 that they were one of the first pension funds to have achieved signatory status to the UK Stewardship Code 2020, which they have maintained each year. The Worcestershire Pension Fund recognises the potential material effect of climate change on the fund and have responded with producing climate-related financial disclosures, developing a climate risk strategy, and commissioning an annual climate risk report. We can share all of these documents with members should they wish to receive them. In early 2022, they transitioned over £200 million of equity investments into global sustainable climate factor equity funds. In their commitment to mitigating the impact of climate change, they were amongst the earliest local government pension scheme investors in the UK forestry, and those investments now total 150 million. In addition, they have investments in sustainable vertical farming and environmental banks. Hopefully that gives you an indication of just how committed the investment group are and the work that we do with the County Council to make sure that the investment does address appropriate environmental, social and governance factors with a strong set of beliefs. But when we do get the further clarification about the specific investments that you refer to, we will refer them on to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Councillor Powell, thank you. Mr Garner, are you content with the replies you've had?
I'm happy with the replies. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And there will be a full written reply in the minutes if you need help finding those, and we can do that for you. Thank you.
Thank you.